Hey guys, welcome to today's video. It is another episode of Cook and Chat with Holly. I was going to talk about moving out in the first episode of this Chat, Eat, Cook with Holly series, but you know, we talked about offers and stuff instead, so moving out is the topic of the conflab. I hope you enjoyed this video, like it if you did, and if you want to send in any recipes for me to try in one of these videos or like a vlog or anything, just comment down below, or you can send me like a message on Instagram or to my Vegan Holly Eats account, to my food account. But yeah, I do just want to say at the start, whilst it's on my mind, I just wanted to say that there is no pressure and there's no set deadline to move out from like living with your parents, you know. Just because young individuals haven't moved out by a certain age, it doesn't mean that, you know, we're unsuccessful. I have had that expectation and that assumption directed at myself. The housing market and everything is just crazily expensive these days. There is a financial barrier to moving out and to getting onto that, you know, housing ladder. Is that what they call it? It's not the housing ladder, that doesn't sound right. The property ladder, that's the one. And secondly, like, everyone's on their own journey in life, you know. Some people really want to stay at home and live with their parents maybe forever, and that's okay. Others might want to move out at a very young age and start renting as soon as possible or something, you know, or invest in a mortgage, whatever. Everyone's just doing something different, so you can't make assumptions and judgments, and it just frustrates me when I hear that. But I am still living with my family, and that's, you know, fine. So anyway, okay, so we're making a coconut red lentil dal. The Easter egg hunt, right? So onions. Oh, please don't say, please say, oh my. We have no onions. We actually have no laugh. We have no onions. Can you make an onion-less dal? I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. We have curry powder. I think we have everything else. But the onion. There were onions in there the other day. Somebody is eating onions.
I'm so sad. Why? We have no onions.
Oh, that's so frustrating. I'm really sad. Oh, that could be spontaneous. Right, so new plan. My big idea that I thought was going to be ingenious was to make a pizza from scratch. So make the dough and then make the base, etc. But what do we not have? Yeast. So instead, I'm like, we're gonna try and make something I've always wanted to make, and I know we have nori sheets. We're gonna try and make sushi. Sushi nori. We don't have much sushi rice. Yeah, about that. We're gonna weigh how much I add because I always cook rice wrong and I feel like I should add the right amount of water. Okay, oh, turn it on. That would help. Oh, we have 180 grams. They want 250. Maybe I can add some brown rice in it to make it 250 because they both take longer than normal white rice to cook. And yeah, because I've had brown rice sushi before, so it must work. Okay, so we have the scales back. I don't know why I took them away. Brown rice. And then we need to wash the rice, it says. I never normally do this, but we're gonna follow everything exactly today. 330. Medium-sized pan. Now that doesn't look like very much water to me, but we'll go with it. How long do I cook it for? Oh, this takes a long time, wow, okay. Whilst the rice is cooking, we will begin our story about moving out. And yeah, I've also just changed jumpers because the kitchen is getting quite hot at the moment and my Nana jumper was just too thick. So the first thing I wanted to say was that it's so, well, I find it just so ironic that in the past I used to be someone who loved home, and I still do, don't get me wrong, but I always said, I literally remember saying and quoting that I never wanted to leave. I would live at home my whole life, you know. So pre-university Holly, I loved home, never wanted to go anywhere. I had really bad homesickness whenever I left. Not only when I'd go away for like a few days, for example, on like school trips, but I had to at one point. I went to a dance school in London and I basically went there the whole day, and I'd say goodbye to mum at the train station. I would literally almost be in tears because I just didn't want to leave mum. If I was a tree, I would have had the thickest and widest roots spread, you know. I just didn't want to leave home. My ties were here, and I just never saw myself moving out at all in my whole life. And so yeah, the story then goes on a different turn, we could say. Obviously my undergraduate course was 3 years, and yes, I was very homesick at the start. For like the whole year I was getting used to being away from home during term times, and I was like settling in. I had to anchor new roots in new soil, we could say. We're getting very metaphorical today, but anyway, in my second and third year, especially my final year, I basically had this slow realization that I liked the idea of being independent, right? And living on my own and doing my own thing. Oh, that's the time. Oh my. Whew. Sorry, stop. The rice isn't done. What is going on? See, this is what's happening. Oh, the heat is still on. I'm just not ready to move out. I turned the heat off. It's okay. This isn't cooked yet, but the water's been soaked up. Oh, 20 minutes? But it's been like 10 minutes. That was a 10-minute timer. I'm gonna taste it. It's gonna be way too hot. We're just gonna leave it to cool, and then we'll deal with it. Anyways. Where was I? I can't remember. Oh yeah, at university, third year. I'm making sushi. Oh. I was gonna make a dal, but we don't have onion. Right, let me try the rice. That's not cooked yet. Just add a bit more water. I'm now just not following instructions. I'll put the lid like half on, kind of like that. For sushi, you need rice vinegar, but we don't have that. And I've looked up substitute. Essentially, the moral of the story is that whenever I try and cook something, I'm always gonna have at least one ingredient missing. So I've figured that I just have to go for one and find a substitute. So you can actually, I've looked up, you can use like different types of vinegar, but it says you can use white wine vinegar on this website. And you just add a bit of sugar to sweeten it up. Let's crack open the wine, shall we? Don't worry. It's vinegar. I'm actually so hyped for sushi now, because I actually said to Emily the other day, I was like, you know what I really kind of miss in lockdown, because obviously I haven't been out and stuff, is itsu. I love sushi, the avocado sushi rolls, the sushi, I just miss itsu. And I'm gonna try and make itsu, right? So anyway, what am I doing? White wine vinegar, okay. 1 tablespoon, so 3 tablespoons. And then it says to add, let's put the lid on that before we spill it, 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, or 1 gram of sugar per tablespoon of vinegar. So we just have some coconut sugar here. Yeah, that'll do. Ignore my ugly hands as usual, but just let that sugar dissolve. Okay, so the rice is coming along. Oh, I love sticky rice, thick rice. Yeah, it smells nice. Well, it just smells like rice. Go back to last year, 2019, when I finished and graduated. It kind of just hit me that, you know, this was it. I was going to be now permanently at home, depending on what I chose to do next. I was offered a job, a teaching role, and therefore I was potentially going to move away because I would have had to, but I didn't take on that position. I decided to do tutoring instead, and therefore I stayed at home, and I wanted to travel, as you guys know, so I went traveling, so traveling around Australia. You guys know how I feel about Australia. Those 3 months were insane, amazing. I think and talk about it every single day, and that's not even a joke. 3 months in Australia, I was homesick for like the first month. I wasn't really myself, and I found it quite difficult, but I stuck with it, and I'm so glad I stuck with it, because the whole trip was amazing, but the second 2 months were just some of the best times I've had in my whole life. It was incredible, and yeah, I was entirely independent, solo traveling. I didn't go with anyone else. I was meeting new people every day, doing different things every day. I was in charge of everything. I loved it. I really did grow to love it, and that was when I was really like, you know what, I really want to be independent. One of my last videos in the Holy Ghost solo series was me like, I'm scared to go home, and it was all about like moving out and making decisions, becoming independent and stuff like that. You know, I was scared to go home because not only was there a bit of a cultural shock when I arrived in Australia, you know, I thought that coming home, the reverse might hit me, you know, being at home again, living with the family again. I didn't want to come home, basically, from crying at the start because I was homesick to then crying because I didn't want to go home. It was just such a contrast, right? Okay, anyway, the rice. We need to get the rice. I think the rice might be done. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Sticky. Right, so this is what I'm gonna mix everything in. There we go. So now let's add this seasoning, whatever you're gonna call it. Ooh. Oh, it smells so nice. This is ASMR. That's so satisfying. I feel like I have to whisper with ASMR. So basically I'm gonna leave this to cool and then I will sort out what I'm gonna put in the sushi. But basically, yeah, I feel like even though I do crave independence, I will always have a bit of homesickness or an initial shock when I go to a new place. I don't think I'll ever find my feet immediately. That's just not me. I'm always someone to find change quite difficult. I really want to try this rice. The vinegar is really strong. Okay, we'll leave it to cool and we'll hope that the flavor is kind of absorbed. At the moment it's really, really strong. I thought we didn't have cucumber then and I was going to cry. So we're gonna keep it quite simple and we're gonna add like cucumber, avocado, make avocado sushi rolls, and then I think some carrot as well. Carrot, I'm gonna try and make carrot ribbons. This one will do. Nice and thin slices. So yeah, February 2020. I landed back in the UK. I was on such a high and deep down I was really happy to be back home, you know. I was so happy to see everyone again and it was just an amazing feeling. Throwback to that video where I ran to mom and dad and I was crying, you know. When I came back from university and I graduated and I came home, I was like, you know what, I want to be independent. But that feeling was like a million times worse after solo traveling, just because I had been so independent. Oh, let's just do this, please. I seriously need to not eat all this because I won't have any left. The biggest shock was like my room being ripped out. They were gonna redo it without me knowing. They wanted it to be finished by the time I got back, but it wasn't and everything, which was totally fine. I didn't mind at all. But then when I kept thinking about moving out, I was like, I feel really bad because like my room has just been redone and like what are they trying to do? Are they trying to like make me stay? Obviously I think mom and dad really don't want me to leave. Emily and I were like talking about, you know, maybe we could invest in a property together or something, because obviously, as I said at the start, getting on the property ladder is so difficult these days as a young person. We were on like loads of estate agent websites. We were on Zoopla. We were looking at places to move out, looking at houses and stuff. We actually saw someone at an estate agent. They gave us advice and we were like, this is so cool. And we had a viewing booked in. We booked one in. We were so excited. This was like early March. And you know, we were gonna go and look at this house, but no, lockdown happened. We don't normally peel carrots, but I'm just gonna peel it. I never peel away from me. I know you are supposed to do that, but whatever. Ah, look at this. Look at me go. Okay, et voila, we have carrot, cucumber, and avocado. I'm just gonna eat the rest of this carrot because I can't peel it anymore. It's too like thin to hold, but I can cut mangoes. But somebody needs to teach me how to cut an avocado properly. I just can't do it. I've just tried the rice again. It actually tastes so much better now I've left it. So yeah, basically everything has grinded to a halt with lockdown. We didn't go and see the house. We didn't pursue anything further. And yeah, basically lockdown has come along. And I should have said at the start, like I live at home, I do pay rent. Like as a household, we have ups and downs. Some days everyone gets along and we're all happy families, you know, but that's a rarity if I'm completely honest with you. We have arguments and things go up and down, and I think lockdown has forced me to try and remember that I need to be grateful for being at home with my family during this time. I really do, and I am, but sometimes I don't think like that and I just act on impulse. Sometimes I have to tell myself and remind myself that, you know, I'm not gonna probably be living at home forever and I need to make the most of this time, and I do forget that. When I first got home from traveling and at the start of like lockdown, I was finding it really hard, but now I'm kind of doing okay. Like we've just had to realize that lockdown, we're all going to be at home, we have to get along. I mean, we don't get along every day as I said, but you know, I think we've learned. Lockdown has taught us so much. I do kind of feel bad that, you know, I want to move out and, you know, like I don't want to leave my parents, but I feel like everyone, I feel like everyone though does reach a stage when they just want to move out and they want to be independent, and I think that's a normal thing growing up. I think mum and dad moved out a lot younger than I will do, but you know, everyone does reach that point. Anyway, the final event. Tea towel. We don't have a sushi mat. I've looked online though, you can use a tea towel and you also need cling film. I feel like this is probably gonna go tragically, like most of my cooking. I hope this is what I mean. So you need to lie the rough side up. Which is rough? Which is shiny? I just can't tell which is rough and which is shiny. They both look shiny. Alright, let's just wash my hands again. Oh, it's sticky. We're just gonna go in with the hands. So it says to like spread it out, leaving the top and the bottom edges free. There's quite a lot of rice in this one. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, so next step, I put the stuff in the middle. I left the top and the bottom free, as I said. Cucumber, carrot, avocado. Okay, I'm just really confused. I just don't really understand how I'm gonna be able to do this. Come on. People make it look so easy, and this is just not easy, okay? I'm not really sure if this is going too well. Maybe I put too much rice in. Story of my life. Oh my god, it's ripping, no! Okay, this is so fat. Oh, sushi's coming out the other side. We'll just roll it out like a rolling pin. Ooh, yep, the rice is squelching out everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna maybe try and use that again because I don't want to be using loads of plastic. As you can see, the rice is coming out everywhere, but let's try and cut it. It smells so much like sushi. I just need to try and cut this. Oh my gosh, this is such a fail. It's all falling apart. Look. That's not how it's supposed to look, is it, Mum? You want to help, Mum? You have to put the shiny side down. So which would you say is shiny?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, they're both shiny.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's good, that's good. Yeah, flatten it.
Yeah, sometimes you've got too much over that side, so shove some over there.
Yeah, it's going well now. Mother has arrived. So yeah, that's better, I think. Good spreading technique.
Push that down a bit like that.
Then the avocado there.
Bring it forward more.
Forward.
Yeah.
You want to get it like that. Get that bit tucked under there, so you know.
Push that bit, Holly, along there.
Oh, this is going well. Look.
Look at it from the side a minute.
Do you have any sharper knives? Try cutting from the middle. Do we cut from the middle so it spreads out, right? Oh, yes. It's going well.
Oh, there you go.
Yes! Look at that. That looks so good. We don't have any soy sauce?
No, I don't think so.
What? They look cute. I should work for Itsu. Got the technique right now. Itsu better hire me. Look. They smell exactly like Itsu. I mean, Mum came to the rescue, but I take credit and Mum has her input. There is a very big contrast between these that we managed to make eventually versus this. This is just a log of rice. We don't have any soy sauce, which is really sad, but I used 4 sheets, but obviously one of those was for this failed attempt. So 3 sheets made 25 little sushi rolls. They're actually like so cute. We've got the cucumber, avo, and the carrot. I'm gonna go for this one.
I'll go for this one near me.
Okay, ready? Cheers!
They are good. We need some sauce for
yeah, I feel like we need tamari or something.
because you've not put the right vinegar in. So what do you need?
You need rice vinegar. Because I had to substitute a different vinegar and add some sugar to sweeten it, so I don't think it's quite right. Oh, hoisin sauce. Sushi and hoisin, okay. Okay.
Quite a strong sauce.
Oh, strong. I'd never know how to eat sushi, whether to put it all in at once. I'll just go for that.
That's right now. Like that.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, very nice. Lekker, lekker, lekker. We're trying some mango sauce. We're also eating the dodgy ones and leftovers. Mango.
Doesn't work as well.
That's horrible. Oh, how to ruin a mango. That's a sushi roll.
Give her a point out of 10 for that one.
Yeah. Rate this
Big roll
versus this.
one of those.
We left some for Emily down in my future try. I started at 12, it's currently 20 past 3. I mean, it takes a while to master the art of sushi making. We saved them some sushi rice.
Wait.
Look at their tails.
Wait. Wait.
Oh my gosh, it's not that much, but oh, was that nice? Was it nice rice? Okay, I'm back upstairs now, not in the kitchen, but I just basically wanted to finish on the question, like, am I gonna move out? You know, like, when anytime soon. When I held offers to study nutrition, I was exploring options in London as well as in the Netherlands, because obviously I had an offer to study nutrition also at Wageningen, but now I've changed courses. If you've watched that video, you'll know. I'm waiting to hear back about my new application, and I am still exploring my options. I'm considering basically 2 options. So one would be to stay at home and then like commute in when I need to commute, and then the second is, yes, to find accommodation in London, whether that's student accommodation or non-student accommodation. But I'm at the moment exploring my options. London is a big city, you know, it's the capital city, so I've never lived there before, but I think it would be so cool if I could. That is like my preferred option, to live in London. There are lots of factors to consider at the moment, and I basically don't know what I'm going to be doing. You know, if I say one thing, I'll probably end up doing the other. So at the moment I just don't know, and yeah, I'm basically exploring what I think will be best, and obviously I don't know if I've gotten a place yet, so everything will be confirmed when I know what's gonna happen in September basically. And yeah, basically that's this video. It's longer than I expected because I didn't realize how long it would take me to make sushi, but I am so proud of my sushi, you know. I think I can make it better if we have like the vinegar and stuff, and now that I know how to roll them. I hope you enjoyed it. Like it if you did, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you want to, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. And yeah, I'm just gonna finish on a final note by saying that I do love home. I always will love home, and I always will be a home person at heart. It will be so hard to move out. Like, I talk about it as if it's so easy when it's actually not. But yeah, you just have to think about the future, I suppose. And yeah, bye.